And now, News 4's Weather Extra with Chief Meteorologist David Paul.
Welcome into Weather Extra on this Wednesday evening. Meteorologist Ryan Duggar along my side this evening. There's a lot of folklore when it comes to weather. Have you ever heard the saying that if it rains on Easter Sunday, it rains for the next 7 Sundays?
I thought that would be along the lines of the groundhog seeing its shadow. Then it's like spring continues or winter continues. That I've never heard of.
Yes,
though.
So that is a saying that is out there. For more, here's meteorologist Zach Webster.
We've gotten to talk about several interesting topics on these Weather Extra segments. However, this one may be pretty close to the top of the list of interesting things we've talked about. How about a piece of weather folklore that says if it rains on Easter Sunday, it will rain for the next 7 Sundays? That phrase was likely coined in areas where agriculture is a big part of their livelihoods, including right here in the Southeast. Obviously, you need rain to be able to grow crops, and that rain can also impact that harvest season. Easter happens right after the start of spring, which is normally a wetter period for us around the Southeast. So a little bit of a background that may give this piece of weather folklore some legs to be able to run with. And the most recent time we've seen rain on Easter Sunday, it's played out pretty nicely for that piece of folklore. Back in 2022, we saw an inch of rain on Easter Sunday at the airport in Dothan, and then saw rain on 5 of the next 7 Sundays. Now, that's not all 7, but 5 out of 7 is pretty good for that piece of folklore. However, things kind of fall away as we look over the rest of the last 10 years. We also saw rain on Easter Sunday in 2020, 2016, and 2015. And for each of those 3 times, we saw rainfall on 2, 1, and 2 of the next 7 Sundays.
Okay, so, well, it's not true.
No, right, yeah. And I would say if it was true, then, I mean, for meteorologists, I guess that would help us out, or make it a little bit easier.
Rain Sunday, it's not going to rain, or it will rain for the next 7 Sundays.
Right. I wish that were the case, because we always need that rain, you know?
Exactly, we do. This Easter looks dry for us. Let's go to the graphics and show you the outlook as we go through time using the European model here. Not much hope for any rainfall all the way through Saturday, Sunday, into Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, perhaps a little pop-up shower and storm activity here, but the focus as we go into the weekend and next week will be areas northwest of us. Ryan, that will be an active zone the way it looks from, say, Dallas up towards central Missouri, St. Louis into the Indianapolis area. A lot of rainfall projected there by the European model.
I was about to say, too, and what this kind of reminds me of is that setup that we had a couple weeks ago where Arkansas and other areas of the Ohio River Valley had really good severe weather and a lot of rainfall. I'm not sure, I haven't looked much about the severe weather parameters in place for that, but hey, a lot of rain for that area.
We're going to touch on that,
all
right?
Okay, good.
Here's a look at the GFS ensembles for that same period. Again, this is a composite of a bunch of different runs of the GFS, and again, it's kind of been pinpointing, I should say, that zone for some heavy rainfall, Dallas up towards St. Louis, over towards Indianapolis. So let's talk about that severe weather threat, because the focus for severe will be shifting to the west of us as we go through time. We look for pieces of energy in the atmosphere, a trough of low pressure, and there's a pretty significant trough by Sunday morning. Easter Sunday may feature an outbreak of severe weather over parts of the Central Plains states. That carries up into the Midwest where that rain falls. So yeah, rain and severe potential there. And then the next system comes in around Wednesday. This is vorticity in the atmosphere, which is energy more or less.
Right? Yeah.
And it kind of pinpoints that same area over the Central Plains states with not much energy here for any significant storminess, but maybe we can squeeze out a few showers next week. You're right, we need the moisture for sure.
Yeah, we definitely need the moisture, and I mean, that's great. And I'm fortunate to see that maybe some areas farther to the northwest could see severe weather for Easter Sunday. But, you know, good news for us, get that moisture.
Yeah, this time of year, it's probably going to happen somewhere. Right. But it will not be here this year. Hey, coming up next, we have Weather in Words. Stay tuned.
And now, News 4's Weather Extra.
Welcome back. Ryan, I assume you have the First Alert weather app on your phone?
Of course I do.
Okay.
I hope everyone at home does too.
Yeah, it's always with me in the pocket, but we did something a little more important than that today. We took the forecast right to the street.
Yeah, we did, and it was really cool.
You.
Yeah, in the form of me. It was great talking with all the people out there. It was awesome.
Have a look here in weather. Ryan, we made it to downtown Dothan. Are you ready to talk to some people?
Let's do it. Let's go.
Ryan, do you think people have any idea about the heat that's about to build into the Wiregrass?
I don't think so. I think we've been enjoying this cool pattern for a long time. So if you think you're gonna check your phones, that's okay. We're about to go out to the street and show them in person.
Let's go.
Let's do it. So this is what we can look forward to for the next 7 days. We've been enjoying the cooler weather, but now seeing more of these temperatures in the 80s, maybe even some rain chances next week. When you see this, what do you think of boo?
No, rain chances, boo. This looks like an excellent weekend forecast. I like it.
I do like it like that, especially with our humidity, you know. We don't have the humidity right now. Very pleasant days.
True. Are you looking forward to warmth like this?
Not particularly. I'm not a huge fan of 80-degree weather. I'm more of a low 70s kind of guy.
First alert. First alert. First alert weather.
I've got some 90s in the 14-day forecast.
Yeah.
Are you ready for that?
Not really. Not so much. The 80s are okay. Hotter it gets, the more humid it seems like it'll get.
Oh my gosh, I can't hardly stand the heat. I get hot when it's in the 80s. It's a good thing I work in the meat department.
Call it a social experiment. We're gonna go try this out. People who advertise and like do the spinning signs each day, I don't know how y'all do it. Hey, perfect. When the weather gets to be starting to get hot, like what's your favorite thing to do outside?
Just enjoy anything outdoors. Love walking the trail at Westgate with my friends, playing pickleball. So any outdoor activities when beautiful weather like this happens.
And see, pickleball is great. I've been having to convince David about pickleball. It's not bad if you want to try it out anytime soon, David.
I'm on the fence.
On the fence.
Twist my arm.
Okay, I can do that right now. Go. That was payback for when you tackled me in the snow a few months ago. Yeah. Right. How'd it feel?
Yeah, you hulking out at me. Yeah, if you missed that tackle, that was pretty good for sure. That seems like forever ago, doesn't it?
Yeah, I mean, so much warmth now, which is great. But yeah, we were looking at some of the bushes outside earlier today, and it was covered in snow earlier.
It's unbelievable. Yeah. The change is underway, the really big change from the pleasant spring air to some really warm air. It's happening right now. So one more cool night as we go through the overnight. But check this out as we go through Good Friday into the weekend. High temperatures, upper 80s on Saturday, middle 80s for Easter Sunday. That record high for Saturday is way up there.
Yeah, 90 degrees is pretty significant, but of course, I mean, we've already reached 90 degrees this year, so, you know, we'll likely still be under that, but hey, never say never.
Yeah, it's within reach to hit that 90-degree mark on Saturday. As we go through time, the 6 to 10 day outlook, that is really for next week and the following weekend. Yeah, it's going to be warm. A very good chance of above normal readings next week. And as I mentioned in that clip, maybe some lower 90s by the end of April.
Time to go poolside.
That's right. It is time for sure. That's it for tonight's episode of Weather Extra. We'll see you tomorrow. Good night.